96.3 FM, The Source.
Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
All right, so if you have heard me stopping that stupid ad trying to sell you some kind of an investment thing that's just a bunch of nonsense, then you know the way this station works. We only want to bring you people we depend on, we trust in. Matt Gibbs is one of them. It's a great way to introduce you because you wouldn't be here if we thought you were just pulling the wool over our faces. And even though wool is comfortable, it's still not a good thing to have over your face. Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Good, Larry. How are you?
Matt Gibbs is here. I'm good. From Sunrise Automotive and Crossroad Auto Sales. If you have a question about cars, engines, anything, call right now, 622-9622. I'm going to monopolize the time a little bit in the beginning by asking about the Boston Marathon. So how was last week, the Boston Marathon?
It was horrible.
Why was it horrible? The weather?
Well, we got there and it was, hi guys. We get there, when did we get there? We got there on Saturday.
Yeah.
And Saturday was kind of rough. It was just
the weather. You mean?
The weather was kind of rough.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, it was kind of rough too. But we went out and kind of walked around Boston a little bit and tried to stay. It was raining and watching how they set up. You know the. We were at the finish line. We didn't. I don't know how the start of the Boston Marathon is, right, but I do know how it ends. And we were able to kind of see how the police officers and everybody was so nice.
So it must have been a lot of security because 5 years ago?
Security was stupid. I mean, it was huge. There was no trash cans anywhere on the streets. All the mailboxes, because that's where people live, and all the mailboxes were chained shut, so you couldn't open up a mailbox and mail something, and things were like where the bleachers are. As the runners were coming to the finish line, there was bleachers, but you couldn't get behind the bleachers. They were all they had this green cloth. There was like an alley that you could walk through there, but you couldn't get to under the bleachers.
Did you see lots of sniffing dogs?
There was quite a few dogs. There was checkpoints were everywhere. So I mean, it was kind of crazy. And then the day of the actual marathon, that we were told that Sunday's weather was going to be the worst of the weather, but it wasn't. Sunday would have been great and it was kind of bad, but it snowed on us Sunday. We were actually walking through Boston It started snowing. No, it really isn't awesome.
No? You don't like the snow because of the race?
Because it's supposed to not. It's not supposed to snow in a marathon, but the weather was Monday because it was Patriots Day, so it was a holiday up there.
Oh, right.
And there was 40 mile an hour sustained winds with 60 mile an hour gusts.
Wow.
Freezing cold outside. It raining. I mean, at some points during the marathon, it was torrential downpours, freezing, windy. It was absolutely just horrible, and a lot of the athletes ended up in hospitals.
I saw that. From the cold, right?
From the cold and hypothermia setting in and stuff like that. And one of the things, like with Joey, there was like 34 in the push rim class. There was 34.
What is it called? Push rim?
Push rim. That's okay. Joey's racer. And just in males, there was 34 entries. I think only 16 actually finished.
Joey finished?
No.
Oh, Joey did not finish?
No.
How come? What happened?
He started. He was suffering pretty bad. It got to the point.
From the cold?
Well, and you have to understand when you're paralyzed. Like when you go out in the summertime and you're outside, you sweat.
Yeah.
Okay. And what the sweat does is cools your body. And what happens is people that are paralyzed, they don't sweat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they have a problem with temperatures and cooling and warming also. So, and it got to the point where the hypothermia was setting in.
I never knew that about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so it became a dangerous thing, and Joey and the athletes that were there through the U of I, like Joey and some of his other athletes, they're there on. That's not what they do. Marathons isn't what they do. They do track, and they just do this on the side kind of thing for fun and stuff.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
So let's not hurt ourselves doing something. And track season is fixing to start here in a couple weeks, But Joey's roommate, Daniel Romacek, he was the actual first American that finished. He came in third overall. He did awesome. The Swedes came in first and second, and Daniel.
Wait, he came in first but third overall? I'm not sure I understand that.
He came in third overall
for
the men, but he was the first American male.
Oh, first American.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
The Swedes came in first and second. The United States came in third.
Who was the woman that everybody was talking about? Was she first among the women or first period?
Well, no, first among the women.
Okay.
We had two Americans. The woman push rim, Tatiana McFadden, she won, and she was she was the woman wheelchair.
Gotcha. Okay,
and then we had Des, and I can't think of Des.
So you know all these people?
Well, I know all the people that were in the wheelchairs, except for the ones that were from other countries. I don't really know the guy from Sweden, and
right.
But it's amazing. But it is pretty cool. Seeing all the different countries represented and people coming from around the world to do this race, in this race, I was proud of Joey to be in the Boston.
We're all proud of Joey. Last week we were with you in spirit. Yeah.
I mean, just to be at the Boston Marathon, there's only 35 men in the entire world that get to go do this.
Good for him. He's awesome.
So that was an accomplishment, and there's always going to be next year.
What an experience! What do I say? An inspiration. Yeah, he is an inspiration for all of us. So, how did he feel? Was he disappointed? Was it?
I thought he was
heartbreaking.
I thought he was going to be in an absolute, just a horrible mood. But he was actually okay, and it was kind of cool too because me and Sheila got there on Saturday. Well, our pastor, which is also Joey's pastor, his name is Dave Lambert. He's the pastor at South Point Church.
Okay.
And he brought Joey's girlfriend. He went and got Joey's girlfriend. She's going to college at Florida Southern University, and he went and got her.
Wow.
And took her up to Boston so that she could see Joey in a marathon. And she's also on an athletic scholarship. She's also a runner, and for her just to be at the Boston Marathon was a big deal for her.
Sure,
that's that's her lifelong dream.
So help me understand this. So you and your wife were at the finish line, and Joey started the race, but then ended at some point?
Yeah, and then he called me and said, Dad, I pulled myself out.
How far did he get?
16 miles.
Holy mackerel. I can't even walk 16 miles, I don't think. I can at Disney World. Somehow you put in the miles. Oh, we were with you last week. I don't know. I was looking at the weather. I was looking at your posts on Facebook, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's so cold. What was it, like 37 degrees?
Oh, it was cold and windy and rainy and nasty and no sun. We saw the sun when we were leaving on Tuesday morning. From Saturday, we never saw the sun until Tuesday morning.
Wow. Well, good for him. He's an inspiration to all of us. So what's next for him?
Let's see. He's going to be starting track season here soon, and he is going to. I think the next race.
Is he living here now, or
no? He's
back
in
Illinois.
In Illinois, yeah. And I think his next is going to be in Atlanta for Peachtree. There's a race. I don't know if it's a marathon or if it's a 15K or something, but he's going to actually go, and that's on the 4th of July. And he'll be going there and competing there.
This is maybe just a general question. Why is the Boston Marathon like the marathon? Why is that the big one?
I don't really know. I don't know the history. I want to find out more about it. I mean, it was, I've always seen it. You hear about it, but to be there and to feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sure it was exciting.
Oh, it was incredible.
Well, hey, it's kind of like betting on a horse. Like if you go to OBS and you watch the screen and you just look at the horses and you're not betting, you don't care. But when you have a vested interest, in that case, betting, but in your case, there was no money exchange, but there was just, we know this guy. We know Matt. We know Joey. And and I think the whole listening audience was very excited for you and him and your wife, everybody.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. And the week, okay, so the Boston Marathon was on Monday, right? Last Monday.
Right.
The London Marathon was Sunday, this last Sunday.
He didn't go to that, did he?
No, but his roommate did. His roommate, after the Boston Marathon, got on an airplane and flew to London to compete in the London Marathon Sunday.
Did I read right? The prize is $5,000 if you come in first?
No.
Oh, that's not right?
No,
okay.
No.
I don't know where I got that.
If you're, I think if you're an able-bodied, if you're a regular runner, able-bodied runner, I think to win the Boston Marathon is, I think, $125,000.
Oh, $125,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And they pay to the.
I thought 5,000 sounded good.
Oh no! These are professional runners. I mean, that's what they do.
Wow. You come in first, you get $125,000. You come in second, what do you get? Nothing?
No, they pay up to the top 10.
Oh, the top 10.
Yeah.
And would that include the wheelchair?
Yeah.
What'd you call them? You can call them wheelchair.
Push rims.
Push rims.
Yeah.
My gosh. Well, I thank you for doing that. I was kind of wondering if it would be okay to take your time to talk about that.
Yeah.
It was kind of exciting last week. Living vicariously through, and we were sad too. I felt like, oh my gosh, disappointed, because I wonder if this is affecting the Joey's part in the race. And I saw the story. I think it said 700 people were hospitalized.
Yeah, it was crazy
from the cold. So,
and people, and it was like, and then there was some that just didn't give up.
Did they hurt themselves by not giving up?
Some people did.
Yeah.
I mean, people were. I mean, absolutely. I've seen them go through these marathons, and you got to catch your breath. You're tired, man. These people were literally shaking, uncontrolled. They couldn't stop the shaking. They were just shaking. They were so cold. I mean, it was just crazy.
Wow. What did you wear?
Dude, I had so much junk on me. They said layer up. Well, I think I looked like a pumpkin, man. I had so many layers. I just looked like the Michelin Man. And then on top of it, I had a big old raincoat on.
This is an easy segue to talking about cars, because that is my favorite thing about my car. It has a heater. Isn't the car heater the best thing in a situation like that?
Oh man!
Did you get into a car or public transportation?
No, we did Uber. We did an Uber.
Oh, you did Uber?
Yeah. And then and we walked an awful lot, brother. I mean, and we walked from our hotel to Joey's hotel. It was like a half a mile. And but in the pouring down. I mean, pouring down rain. And but yeah, we got to spend a lot of. Matter of fact, when Joey pulled out, we didn't know where he was. We didn't know how to get to him. You can't just go because there's too many checkpoints. There's too much law enforcement. You just can't go. You know what I'm saying? Where you are.
Was it crowded?
Oh, it was
like elbow to elbow, that kind of thing.
It wasn't that bad because I think there was a lot of people that just would stay home and watch it on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we didn't know what to do when Joey pulled out. We didn't know where to go, so we all went to his hotel room, and we just sat there and waited till we called. When he called me, he called me from a doctor's cell phone. So I tried calling that phone back, but
so he didn't have his own
answer.
phone with him?
No, he didn't bring his phone with him. We didn't know where his wheelchair was. We didn't know anything. So that was kind of nerve-wracking. But we went back to his hotel, and we just waited for someone finally to show up.
Somebody wrote me that they were with somebody. Hold on, let me find it. Do you know Kathy Cole? Do you know Kathy?
No.
No?
Kathy who?
Kathy Cole. Hold it, Kathy. You sent me something this morning. Where is it? She says, Larry, just for your information, I was with Joey Gibbs' sister, Christine, over the weekend. Kristen, thank you. She is the best friend of my granddaughter, Hannah DeCastro.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, yes, I do know that. Yes, I know Kathy.
Yeah, so see, we were talking about you guys.
Yeah.
See, so she let us know. All right, anybody want to call in about cars? The number is 622-9622, or if you want to say you were kind of with Matt and Joey and Sheila, right?
Yep.
Is that your wife?
Yep.
And you want to call in for any reason. The number is 622-9622. So the car heater, I guess that's my segue. That's how we get back into this. I don't even know what to ask, Matt. I was just so excited to talk to you about the Boston Marathon. You know, when somebody can travel like Joey can, 26 miles?
26.2.
26 miles in a wheelchair. And yet you and I both would complain about a half mile in the rain. You know,
and they can do it faster than anybody else out there.
I know.
What I'm saying?
I know.
That's just the
amazing
crazy part.
All right. Good morning. Thank you for calling and for allowing me to take up the time. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yes, no problem. Whether or not Boston enjoys mine or not, he's still always going to be a local hero. So I know in the future he'll have better success.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that.
Okay, the thing I've got here is gas prices are slowly edging up, and looks like we're going to be hitting $3 pretty quick here. And it can come along with a bully excuse that they're putting additives for some of and then they'll put additives in. What are the additives, and is that just a bunch of malarkey?
Okay, what are the additives in Milwaukee? What was that thing?
No, a bunch of malarkey.
Malarkey. Okay. Yeah, you broke up a little bit. That's why we had a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, it's funny how as gas prices go up, my phone tends to ring a lot more about tune-up issues, I would guess you would say, and how it's just funny how, the higher the price of gas, the more I get hey, can we build a hydrogen car now? Can we build an electric car now?
Yeah,
now. But, keeping air pressures in your tires, keeping clean air filters, keeping your car well maintained will always help fuel economy. So,
good advice.
If it's time to service things, just get them serviced. Let's just get it, and we make things more efficient.
Yeah. Thank you, Hugh.
Okay.
You're welcome. I don't know if he had another follow-up or not. It's just hard to hear him. The gas. What was the thing this morning we had about things that are better? The cheaper version is better than the more expensive version, and one of them was additives to fuel. Have you ever? Does that ring true for you that the cheaper ones are better than the expensive ones?
You're not
an additive guy anyway.
I'm an additive guy because I understand how things work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if you could see what I see, you would understand what I'm saying. The backs of the valves, the places where gas no longer gets to anymore because of fuel injection, except because of what carburation used to do and how it used to operate. Now we've gone to fuel injection. We need to get a cleaner to spots where gasoline doesn't get to anymore. So by adding something into our fuel tank, it doesn't allow that chemical to get to where it needs to go.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I have a machine that actually puts the chemical where it needs to go. That works a whole lot better than putting something in a gas tank.
Oh, okay.
That it's not going to ever go to where it needs to go.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to.
We do have a phone call. Good morning. You're on there with Matt Gibbs.
Good morning, Matt. Congratulations on your son's attempt at the Boston Marathon. Just giving it a shot is a pretty good accomplishment, I think. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And the weather's real nice up north that time of year, huh?
Yeah.
That's why I'm still here.
Yeah.
My question is, I don't know if it's diesel exhaust fluid, if you're too familiar with it on these newer generation diesel pickup trucks. I know some people in Florida pay to have the system removed, but I think it's would you know if it's federally mandated that you have to have the system in, like a catalytic converter type thing?
Yeah, I believe. Okay, here's what I believe, and I'm not 100% sure on this as far as the law goes, because Florida does not have, we're not regulated by the EPA as far as pollution control stuff. Mm-hmm. We don't have to have our cars taken down and checked for emissions.
Right.
Okay, so therefore, because we're not obligated to that, I believe that we have the right, or you have the right, to modify your exhaust and delete, certain things. I don't think that that's illegal. Here's where
you try to sell it out of the state. That's the other problem.
Well, I'm speaking as a dealer, not just a repair shop right now. As a dealer, I'm obligated to put it back to the emission controls that need to be on there. I can't.
That was my fear. And there's a second part to this question. If you ever look at the box says, I ran into a problem because there was an expiration on it, but there's no date on any of these boxes. You see those blue boxes everywhere. There's no date on it, but apparently stuff does have an expiration date. Where it is, I have no idea. So I have a diesel 2500 GMC. I bought it new in 2013, and I was down here, and I thought, let me top it off, because if you run down low, it goes into like a regeneration mode, which really can be a pain in the neck.
Right.
So I put it in. I got it back up to New York, and all of a sudden I had a code that says, diesel exhaust fluid contaminated. Service immediately, 99 miles till shutdown mode.
Okay.
So I took it to a dealer. Fortunately, I had just bought some from a local GM dealer down here, so I had a receipt. So they didn't, and then he said, well, it does go bad, but it's only urea and water, so I don't know how it can go bad. Secondly, it says on the box not to store below 12 degrees or above 80 degrees. But there's no temperature control of the tank that sits underneath your vehicle. So that box is telling me I got to keep it warm and I got to keep it cool. But when I put it in my truck and it's in New York and it's set below zero for 4 weeks straight, there's nothing controlling that temperature. So it can technically go bad sitting in the tank because it's not in that controlled environment.
Huh. Makes sense, yeah.
It does.
I mean, I've been asking this question a lot, and I really haven't gotten a good answer. And the answer from GM is, well, you should use it a lot more. Well, okay. I know the theory to that. The more you use it, the sooner you need a new one. But at $70,000, I really don't feel like using this thing up. I guess, yeah, it's a question nobody seems to have an answer for.
Well, I know that just the other day, well, I wouldn't say the other day, last week, I had to replace the DEF heater in a Ford truck. I mean, we had to drop the DEF tank and pull the whole thing out and put the whole module assembly inside the tank for the heater for the DEF fluid.
But doesn't that heat it as it's getting injected into the exhaust system? I don't think it heats it while it's sitting in the tank.
No. This was actually a heater. To me, it looks like it. I guess it's heating it as it's pulling it out of the tank, kind of.
Yeah.
Thing.
So in other words, it's still sitting in your tank at 7 degrees, at that point, or whatever.
Right. And to be honest with you, I don't deal a whole lot with the diesel stuff. But I do know that I've been seeing more and more of these trucks coming in with that whole system deleted. They're just deleting them all over the place, because I know that I had to replace a converter and particulate filter on one of these Dodge. It was a Dodge diesel. It was like $4,800 for the unit.
And I just bought a new one. I'm waiting for delivery, actually. So I got to pick it up in New York. And this because this is like my warranty runs out next year, and I'm saying, all of these things are starting to be cumulative and big money, and nobody seems to, you think it would last, but it's apparently, like you're saying, that exhaust system's big money on here.
Yeah, but now I do want you to know, and I'll let all the other listeners know, Williams Diesel out here on 40, they bought the equipment. And I went over there and took a look at it, because I won't buy another one like I did on that one. They taught me something. They're actually cutting the converter off of the particulate filter and then blasting. They have an oven and they blast and clean out the particulate filter and then reuse it. And it's a whole lot cheaper, and you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, because that's the reason there's nothing the matter with it, but I've had 3 problems with this truck since I bought it, all of them related to problems with the diesel exhaust.
Yeah.
And I maintain it at the shop now. The owner's manual says change this at 50,000. I maintain it like a clock. And that's the only thing that there is really no maintenance for. And I tow antique cars. I go all over the country with them. And I don't really need to be sitting in nowhere, Pennsylvania, waiting for a part to come in with a trailer behind me,
Right. Right.
And that seems to be my fear. But this You gave me some insight anyway, and I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you for the call. All right, we are at the end already. Can you believe it?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to squeeze one thing in. Besides that, Harley Davidson is offering free motorcycles for those who join their summer internship program. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Be an intern for the summer, get a free motorcycle.
Wow.
Thank you, Matt. Where's Sunrise Automotive?
It's at 1800 Northwest 10th Street, right here in sunny Ocala, Florida.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump has just welcomed the French President Emmanuel Macron to the White House for a formal state visit. That's a 21-gun salute and the French national anthem.